Hi guys, it is Cara with theBubblelush. It is Montessori Monday. I took a few weeks off for gray cloth diaper change and National Infertility Awareness Week, but it is Monday, it is Montessori Monday, and I wanted to talk to you guys about something. So way back when Hannah was a little baby, she was probably maybe 6 months old, I started thinking about Montessori. It kept coming up in conversation. It was this really weird week full of coincidences all about Montessori. So I started looking into it and I realized that most programs start at 3 years old. And I just felt like I could be teaching her so much now. I don't want to wait 2.5 years to start teaching her. And so the first place I started was with puzzles. So today I want to walk you through kind of the different stages of puzzles, because I think that there is a lot to learn and there's more than just, you know, pieces and holes and... Anyway. I'm going to turn you around and I have all the puzzles laid out here and I'm going to walk you through them step by step. I know it sounds boring, but I think there's actually a lot you can learn, maybe, from puzzles and from what I've learned. So I hope you enjoy. If you do, thumbs up and comment. I want to hear from you. So this was Hannah's very first puzzle. It's obviously you can see it's very, very simple. It's just 3 pieces, and I wanted to explain why I liked it. All right, so first off, I like that it only has 3 pieces. 3 pieces mean that there are only 3 pieces to lose, and with all the newborn infant baby gear surrounding your living room, if you only have to keep track of 3 pieces, that's fairly easy, but sometimes that was even too much for us. I think the bird was lost underneath my bed for like 2 months. Anyway, this is a great puzzle because it's got really big knobs, as you can see. It's really easy for them to use. They don't have to have a lot of fine motor skills yet. Since the pieces, there's like, I don't know how to explain this, but since there's like a big gap around each piece, it's easy to eventually get them in. I like that the background of the puzzle is very simplistic. It's not busy, and so it's really easy for the child to see what the actual puzzle piece is. And I also like that this puzzle has really basic vocab that applies to a lot of kids. So a lot of us have puppy dogs, kitty cats, and they can always see birds outside. So dog, cat, bird, very easy words. You can even teach them house if you want to. But it doesn't necessarily focus on colors or anything like that. It's just starting basic vocabulary. I like that it's wooden, and I like that when you pick up the puzzle piece, picture is underneath. So this is from Melissa and Doug. You'll notice that a lot of my puzzles are from Melissa and Doug. I think that they're great. They're easy to find at, obviously you can buy them online, you can buy them in toy stores. I usually get mine at like TJ Maxx and Marshall's for a couple bucks off. That's just how I roll. So if you're on a budget, check out stores like that, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods, that kind of junk. I always find my Melissa and Doug puzzles there, as well as sometimes on Zulily and Totsy, and I am such a fan of Melissa and Doug that whenever they do come on those flash sale sites, I always try to mention it on Facebook. Alright, so this was the very first puzzle. She started playing with this one from 6 months. She wasn't very interested in it, but we would start teaching it to her. And then she probably stopped playing with this one like 14 months. It was just like way too easy. All right, moving on. Chunky puzzles. I love this chunky puzzle. And chunky puzzle basically just means, here, let me show you the, see the pieces are raised up? So they can grab the whole piece. It's really easy to grab the whole piece. I like this particular puzzle because car, tree, house. Those are 3 things that the child can easily learn just from their atmosphere. Sun and cloud. My goodness, I hope you have some sunny days, or else it's going to be really depressing. And then we have planes that fly over our house occasionally throughout the day, and so Hannah really likes the airplane as well. So 6 words, very easy. I like the background is very simplistic. But you can tell, you know, red car, yellow house, green tree, white cloud. You can start incorporating the colors with this puzzle. So I thought this one was particularly good, and Hannah really likes doing this puzzle on her own. So a recent addition is this chunky puzzle. It's safari animals. I got it after we started going to the zoo a bunch because Hannah really likes the zoo animals. So she can say zebra, elephant, hippo, rhino, lion, giraffe. Ostrich she calls bird, and she has a really funny way of pronouncing alligator. Now, you'll notice that the alligator is missing. when this happens with a puzzle, when a puzzle piece goes missing, I take the whole puzzle out of the rotation until I can find that puzzle piece. There's a couple reasons why. One thing I want to teach Hannah is to respect her toys. So when we are done playing with them, we always try to pick them up and put them back on the shelf. That's why I did a puzzle earlier, or not a puzzle, I did a video earlier about toy storage. I think keeping it minimal and having the child know that every toy has a home teaches them ultimately to respect their toys. And as adults who are spending their money on these toys, we want our child to respect their toys. So when a puzzle piece is missing and we continue to let them play with it, I think it teaches them the message that it's okay if they lose the pieces because they can still play with it. And that's not so true. So take it as an opportunity to mix things up a bit, take it out of the rotation, let them become bored, and in the meantime, you can look under the couch and in little, I don't know, toddlers find this amazing way of just hiding everything. And once you come across it, then you can put the puzzle piece back in, reintroduce it, and it's like a brand new toy. That's just something that we do at our house. Those are the two chunky puzzles. I love them. One thing to keep in mind, you want to make sure that the background isn't too busy. This puzzle definitely has a busier background to me than this puzzle. I think it's just because of all the different colors. And also keep in mind the vocabulary. Ostrich, giraffe, rhinoceros, like those are big words for little kids. So I just introduced this one to Hannah when she was 18 months and she did really well with it. But I think that this puzzle was an easier one to introduce earlier just because the vocab of the pieces was easier to comprehend. Okay, moving on. Now I did a video about this puzzle a week ago maybe when I got this puzzle for Hannah, and I love this puzzle. If you are going to get any puzzle, get this one. It is a great puzzle. So it's a chunky one where you can see. So it's really easy to pick up the pieces. It's got obviously 8 shapes, including, you know, circle, square, rectangle, triangle. Those are the 4 basics that you want them to know. But it turns out that Hannah doesn't really know these as well. She knows diamond and heart and star and oval. So it also teaches them colors: blue, pink, purple, red, orange. And it's easy. It's a very simple looking puzzle. It's easy for them to do, but it really helps work on shapes and colors, which are so important going into their 2nd year. So I introduced this to Hannah when she was 18, 19 months. I think I could have done it a little earlier. Obviously, it always depends on your kid, but this is a great puzzle that they are going to learn a lot from. So, you know, if you've got like a 1-year-old, 18-month-old, I'd consider adding this one to your stash if you don't already have it, because it is just, it's a really great puzzle and the kids really seem to like it. Then we come to peg puzzles, and that's, you see how they have the little pegs? This is for when they perfect their pincher grasp. Now I got this particular puzzle for Hannah when she was, oh goodness, maybe 16, 17 months. And she could do it no problem. Like within an hour, she knew where all the puzzle pieces went. But I really like this puzzle, and this is an old one from Simplex, so I have no idea if you could get this particular puzzle. But things I like about it, I like the really plain background. It's not busy at all. It's easy to see the individual puzzle pieces. I like the vocabulary that it offers. Boat, chair, bird, like those are like interesting things, but it still has the dog and cat and duck that she likes. So I thought that this was a really great puzzle, and Hannah liked it even more than I thought she would. So then we've got the number puzzle, which is the same. It's like a little peg puzzle. So not only does this one work on fine motor skills, because you have to work on the pincher grasp to pick them up, but once you pick them up, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To reiterate the number to them. It teaches them 0 through 9, which is a Montessori concept. Everything in Montessori is in groups of 10, but you'll notice that it's not 1 through 10, it's 0 through 9, and then 10 through 19. Like that's kind of the way it works. So this is definitely a good Montessori puzzle if you're going to go into a Montessori-based program. This is a good place to start. Again, I like that it has a nice basic background that's not distracting at all, and I like that when you pick it up, it doesn't say the shape, but it, like I said, it gives you an opportunity to count. And counting is always a great thing. And then last This is the newest puzzle, and this one is for, I think, like 3+. Hannah can do it, but she's not very good at it. But I think it's just kind of an interesting take on puzzles, so I wanted to show it. The thing that prompted me to buy this puzzle was because they had it at Jamboree in the waiting room, and Hannah really liked it. So the thing is that it's all different fasteners. So maybe you don't want your child to learn this yet, but I think it definitely makes them kind of stretch their mind, because each one is a completely different function. So it works on different fine motor skills, but when they open it, and like they have to be able to get their finger right in there to lift it up. You know, there's a horse, these were rabbits. And so they get really excited because then they can see the animals that they like. Like I said, I think this was at least 2+, maybe 3+, but this is a Melissa and Doug puzzle, and right now I put it back in Hannah's closet. I'm gonna wait a while and let her focus on these. But I think when the time is right, she's really going to like this puzzle. And it makes like really satisfying metallic noises, so they really like when they open it. One thing to keep in mind with this puzzle is before I gave it to Hannah, I messed with these fixtures a lot to kind of loosen them up. They're very stiff at first, especially this one and this one and this one. But obviously this one doesn't have a lock on it, so it's just very easy. And last but not least, some things that you might not consider puzzles, but they kind of are. These two toys. Alright, so we gave this little turtle to Hannah when she was very young. And basically you push all these down, and the little guy's head sticks out, and then when she pushes back, they all pop up. So we started teaching her colors and shapes, but there was that really satisfying boing, that thing. So Hannah really liked this puzzle at a very young age. It's not technically a puzzle, but I kind of think it is, and it's a really good teaching toy, like I said, because of the shapes and colors. So kind of not really a puzzle, but to me it falls into that category. And then there is this one. This is Melissa and Doug shape stacker. So it taught her red, blue, yellow, purple, green. It taught her organization and that everything has a place where it goes. And we also started teaching her shapes. These shapes are not as obvious. I mean, pentagon, weird, really thin rectangle, those aren't as obvious for kids. But Hannah really liked this puzzle. It was very good for hand-eye coordination. And I think it's a good investment if you're looking at more wooden Melissa and Doug type Montessori toys. So just kind of a last little idea if puzzles are not your kids' thing. And then what I do is I usually pick 3 of these at a time to have on the shelf. And on a bookcase over here, I just lay 3 of them across. And then she can come right over. It's at, you know, Hannah height. And right now we've got musical instruments down below, but this is our puzzle shelf. So that's how we store them. And the rest are in her closet. I had to dig out quite a few today. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. If you have any puzzles, puzzle brands that you think are great, let me know. Like I said, I'm partial to Melissa and Doug just because I love their wooden and colorfulness, and I think they're a quality product. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was kind of a long video on puzzles, but hopefully you learned something, and I hope your kids, you know, benefit from it in some way. If you have any suggestions for Montessori Mondays in the future, let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.